Hello, everybody. Welcome to Different Panels, back here on the DurgaBurgers channel. It's been like 2 weeks.
2 weeks? What are you talking about?
Yeah, where have we been? Fuck you, you don't have to know. Okay, great. But as for your panel today, it's myself and Steven.
There ain't no panel. It's just us two.
Well, usually there is a panel, but they're on suicide missions again. God, they really gotta stop doing that.
You'd think they'd be dead by now if they keep going on.
Well, I mean, Andrew keeps flagging himself.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
But, it's been 2 weeks since we've done this, due to the fact that it's been very dry. And, what happens after a giant drought? A shitstorm of rain happens. And what does that cause? A lot of news in the comic book world. And, damn, we have a lot to talk about. A lot of it not very, very important, and not a lot that we can go on for 3 hours talking about, like how my introduction right now is going. But, enough that is a lot. So, let's start with the easier stuff before we get into the longer stuff. So, let's get into some TV news. Yeah, TV news. Maybe we can get like an intro for that. That'd be great.
See, you do that.
I'm literally losing my mind at this moment.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, I know, whatever. So, this first Supergirl picture was released of what our Supergirl looks like. Steven.
Oh, God.
What am I gonna ask?
That guy sitting over there.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, how you doing?
Go, explain.
I haven't seen it. I told you I haven't seen it.
You were supposed to see it.
You never told me to see it.
Oh, there goes this show.
No, I don't care about Supergirl. You know this.
I'll
look it up now. You talk and I'll look it up, alright?
Well, not just do we have our first official picture of what our Supergirl looks like, which does look a lot like the same kind of like DC Universe movie costume as the Superman one, which is weird because
no way, I've seen it.
They're trying to distinguish that it's a different universe. There's also more news about the show. Superman does exist, so that means there is a Superman in this universe. Granted, we will not see his face, but there is a Superman. And we have a black Jimmy Olsen, which is nice for the equality. We have a younger. We got our casting of we got the casting of our young Kara-El, who is Supergirl's Kryptonian name. And Steven brought up the mention that Cyborg Superman is going to be involved, which is interesting because that he debuted because of the Doomsday Saga, so it's going to be interesting how that works. Did you have any information on this, what they're planning with the Cyborg Superman, or is it just, he's in it?
All I know is that he's in it, basically. Hank Henshaw is in it. He's not Cyborg Superman yet, obviously. But, I mean, I could see them just straight off the bat killing Superman, so Supergirl's the only one to, pick up the slack. Should be interesting, but I'm just throwing out ideas here.
Well, we know that the first episode Superman is involved. We know that much.
And to get killed off in the stinger. Yeah.
So yeah, Supergirl news. I don't know. I'm like the only excited person about it. This show.
I don't like the costume.
I'm not the big fan of the costume either.
It looks like a cobbled together cosplay.
You know what this show does need to do, though? Eventually, in, like, season 3...
Oh, jeez, hope it doesn't go on that long.
It needs to go into space.
No.
And she needs to come across this light, right?
No, not the Red Lanterns. Don't you dare.
And it's a red light.
Flip off.
And then, boom, Guy Gardner shows up.
Yeah, Guy Gardner.
There we go. Guy Gardner as the Red Lantern leader, and then Supergirl as the Red Lantern, and then I'll watch the show even more.
No.
I was a fan of the storyline.
I didn't read it because I had no interest. to me, that seems just stupid.
But I like. Okay, we've made this clear before. I'll bring this up now because we have the floor to do it. I do agree that maybe a different girl super show would have been nice.
Huntress.
Birds of Prey.
Sure, let's go with it.
But I'm mostly forgetting them at the Teen Titans show at the moment. I can see why Supergirl.
I can't.
Well, because the Superman craze, Supergirl. Also, I can see another reason not doing. I guess because we already have like Arrow TV shows and stuff where they're like basic heroes, and a lot of the female characters that are leading ladies don't usually have the superpower. So I guess they might have wanted a superhero show. So they were like, Supergirl, she's easy. I mean, they could have done Power Girl, but
yeah, I'd be cool with Power Girl.
I would have been okay with it. As a Tada show, I don't think you can really do much with that, though.
I'd see her more as a supporting character rather than...
I would have been okay with Huntress show. I would have been okay with a Batgirl show, even though people would have gotten pissed that it's too much oversaturation of Batman, and then they would have just wanted Batman in it. I would have said Blood Canary, but
I'd take a Fire and Ice show.
I'd take, because, biasness, but I'd take a Gotham City Siren show.
No, of course you would.
Anything to get Harley on TV.
Oh, she was on TV, remember?
I won't talk about that. Wait, what Harley are we talking about? If we're talking about, like, the Suicide Squad cameo and the Arrow, that was cool, because Tara Strong did it, and
I'm talking about that.
She's God. I thought you were talking about the shitty Mia Sara from the Birds of Prey TV show.
I have not seen that. I never wished to see that.
Oh no,
it didn't happen to me.
So bad. That's something for a different day, but it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I'm out.
But I guess, okay, so final thoughts, Steven.
I don't care. I would rather not any other, but a lot of other female superheroes rather than Supergirl, and I don't see the point.
Now, would you been okay with if, say, they did Supergirl sort of like how the Marvel shows are doing the Netflix thing, where maybe she has one season and then she'll transfer over to, like, this new Justice League TV show?
I wouldn't be okay with that, and the reason is because...
You just want to see Supergirl
No. I have a legitimate reason. It's because she'd be too strong. Well, you have the Flash, right? And yeah, he's got broken power base, but you can do things with him to make him beatable. He hasn't got endurance and everything.
Supergirl, that's different from Superman, is she is a teenager. She is timid. She does tend to not.
Sure, but she can punch somebody into orbit.
Yeah, but she also doesn't know how to control her powers as well, and that could be something that could be a hinder to her.
Well, then she's just going to get wolfed every time, surely. Until she gets her episode where she suddenly can use every power ever and wins.
Alright. I'm just thinking, that would have been maybe what I would have done, because I don't know if people are really going to be invested into Supergirl all that much. I think people are going to watch just because, look, superheroes.
No, they're going to watch it because, look, female superhero.
Well, there's going to be that demographic, but I don't know if it'll last as long. But moving on to a show that looks like it's going to be lasting longer, because we're getting season 2, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it has been renewed for season 3 already. Gotham.
How the hell do you do that? What's up with your TV practices over there?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Well, no, I'm talking to that guy over there.
What did I do?
How do you renew a TV show for a 3rd season before the first one's even ended?
The network decides, yeah, we'll keep it.
Okay, so what if the 2nd series bombs?
Well, then you just cancel.
Yeah, you can do that, can't you?
And literally, there are shows that get renewed for a multitude of seasons without even having a... Alright, example. That new Better Call Saul show, the spin-off of Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
First episode happened. As soon as that first episode was done, next day it was already renewed for season 2 and 3.
That makes all the sense.
I guess they're like, oh, look at the ratings of what it does, and then there you go. But, it was stated that Fish Moody and Jada Pinkett Smith will not be returning.
Didn't she say that she didn't think she was returning, not that she
But usually when the actor says that, they're trying to keep it as hush-hush as possible, but
That doesn't sound hush.
pay attention to the show.
I don't know what they're doing with it.
It does look like that's going to be the case. Also, the Joker episode happened, and a lot of people are like, it was pretty good. It was a nice way to set up the Joker. Now, Steven, you say that it's a red herring.
Yeah, of course it's a red herring. It's too on the nose.
That it's not the Joker.
Yes.
Now, we've also got more insight that there are going to be other Batman supervillains debuting within the next season. Fuck!
Who's left at this point? Clayface?
Well, there's plans that
Killer Croc?
that there's going to be inkings in the next season of the Riddler and the Penguin becoming teammates.
Huh.
Which will spawn them having a relationship.
Multiple slash fiction.
The Red Hood gang now looks like it's at large, so we're going to be seeing them again most likely. We don't need any more characters. Jesus.
No, I like this show. I mean,
I think the second half has been much better than the first.
I'm not sure about that, honestly.
Oh, I think it is.
I
think the show finally knows what it is, finally.
I think it knew what it was before, and now I just think it's going through the motions. It doesn't know where it wants to go at this point. Because literally, people were thinking, oh right, so the finale is going to have Penguin take out Fish Mooney and take her place. That's not happening. We thought, oh right, so maybe Maroni might die. That's not happening. We thought, oh no, maybe there's a big gang warfare. That doesn't look like it's happening. What the fuck's the finale going to be? Because there's no direction at the moment.
Bruce has a cape in his hand. See, a lot of people are speculating, and I hope this is what they do, that Season 2 is, say, maybe 5 years later.
So they're going to have to recast Bruce and Selena and...
Sure. Go with that. I don't care. Because I don't think they can keep this show going year-by-year basis. I think eventually you need to do the time-lapse. Maybe not to the point where, Bruce is going to be Batman, but enough to look at the progression that has now happened. Because how much are we going to have to watch Penguin slowly make his rise? We already see that happening, and it looks like, by the end of the season, he'll be at the Providence. So why not, 5 years later, Gordon's now the commissioner, because, we saw what happened in the episodes. Penguin's now got the Iceberg Lounge going up. Fish is now out of commission. Maroni, Falcone, they're whatever. They haven't talked to Penguin. Everything's fine. Bruce is now more getting invested with the company, trying to avenge what happened to Alfred. Which I thought was a really good thing to happen, because finally Bruce has more of a plausible reason to have scenes. I actually really enjoyed that. I just think how, alright, 5 years later. And boom, let's see what Gotham's like. And I think if that's how the series goes, I think that's much better than just being, year by year by year.
But I like the actress that plays Selena.
I do too, but you could still have them get recast. Be the same. I mean,
but she's not going to pass for 19, or whatever the hell she would be at that point.
Well, then I'm just saying that's a theory that I think would be smart. Or if you're not going to do it for season 2, do it for season 3. I just don't know how long they're going to be able to stretch this out. Because it already looks like they're rushing to the end of things.
Yes.
They're already rushing to the fact that, Gordon's going to become commissioner. Penguin now owns the lounge, which ends up becoming the Iceberg Lounge,
Mm-hmm.
If Moody's going to die, pretty much. Or, I don't know.
She lives on an island forever and ever.
Never gets seen again until maybe season 3, where holy shit, Fish is back. But, so yeah, that's what I'm hoping for Gotham at least. Opinions.
Opinions? Does anyone...
on the news, at least.
What was the news again?
That we're getting more villains in the next
season.
Oh,
right, yeah.
Season 3 has already been confirmed, and that Fish is leaving.
Well, either on different panels or the other show we did that died a horrible painful death. I defended how many characters they had, but I think they're reaching an iceberg.
Oh, and we have the Flying Graysons now too.
Yeah. I think we're reaching the point where there might be a little too many.
Well, this is why you do the 5-year lapse, because those characters can go away.
Go away.
I mean, for frick's sake, where has friggin' Question and Spectre been?
They went on a honeymoon.
They disappeared. At least Spectre disappeared. Holy crap, he was like in 2 episodes, and he was gone.
Monica disappeared as well. Oh, Renee Montoya, what do I call her? Monica?
Yeah, she was there for that 1 episode with the lesbian thing, and then goodbye.
Yeah,
how Barbara's book. But that's a different story.
Oh, jeez.
I think you do the 5-year lapse, some of these characters get to disappear and go away, so you don't need that many anymore. The other characters get to grow so that you don't need to be codependent on everything else.
I would like that if we didn't, because I like the actress for Bruce and Selena. So I'd be disappointed if they got recast, but other than that, I do like your idea. It makes sense. So.
But let's continue. We have more news. We have Arrow news. Everybody thought that Damian Wayne was going to be part of the Arrow universe. And people are like, how did that work?
It's not working.
It's not happening. So, they're fucking rumor debunked, people. But we do know that a crucial character will not be making it to the end of the season.
Wait.
Yes. Yes. If I'm not mistaken, it was Stephen Amell was in an interview and said that at the end of the season, there will be a very shocking death.
Oh boy.
Somebody very important to the main cast is dying. Diggle.
It's not Diggle.
Well, who else is it?
It's what's her face.
It ain't gonna be Speedy.
It's what's her face.
It ain't gonna be fucking. It ain't with Felicity.
It's clearly gonna be Felicity. You know what? I hope Felicity gets killed off.
The only people I can think of would be either Thea.
It's gonna be Lawrence.
Or yeah, all right, that works too. Or they'll finally get Merlin killed, which would be a shame. Or Diggle.
It's gonna be Lawrence.
Or Diggle.
It's gonna be Lawrence.
Or Black Canary dies again.
She comes back just to die. It's not gonna be Diggle for next thing.
It's gonna be Diggle.
No, it's not.
It's gonna be Diggle.
No, it's not.
Diggle's gonna die.
He's not gonna die.
Diggle's dead.
No, he's not.
Yep, Diggle died.
Huh?
Yep.
Nope.
Kill the black guy.
No, he didn't.
Yep, kill Diggle, bring on somebody else.
No, they're not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., thank you.
No news about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. though this week, which did return.
They had 2 episodes.
Yeah, but important, hey, this happened.
I haven't actually watched either of them.
I haven't watched it yet either, but anyway, that's not for this topic. But let's continue. So yeah, opinions.
It's gonna be Lawrence.
Alright then. So, with that being said, there is one other piece of TV news, but that's kind of the big thing that came out this week, and we'll save that for the end. So let's get on to some movie news. We'll start off with the one that Steven wants to talk the least about, Spider-Man news.
I'm gonna strangle you in your sleep.
So, it was confirmed. It wasn't, officially confirmed, but it sounded like 90% confirmed that, we do have the Spider-Man director, Drew Goddard.
Goddard.
That's his name. What did he work on? It was superhero-ish that he worked on. I don't remember. I think it was an X-Men movie. We know that he'll be directing it, and I think he's also attached to write it. And the only piece of plot news that we have is that there's going to be a part of the movie, a main story plot of the movie is going to be Spider-Man is going to audition to be part of the Avengers, and we will see him and Tony Stark having a fight scene.
Of course we will.
So, and we don't have casting information yet, but at the moment, it seems like Dylan O'Brien, who was part of the Maze Runner franchise, is listed to be our Spider-Man, so sorry everybody. No Miles Morales.
Oh, great.
There might be an upside to this because it does seem like Donald Glover has been talking about it. He said he would like to do it, but he won't campaign for it. And then it was also mentioned that he might want to step down from music, which people thought, if he steps down from music, that'll give him more time to do what now? Be Spider-Man. So, we're not ruling Donald Glover out just yet, but it does seem like we are going to be getting a younger white Peter Parker who will try to fight fucking Iron Man in the first Spider-Man solo film to try and join the Avengers. Steven, opinions.
You know damn well what my opinion on this is.
Well, now there's more news about it, though.
It sounds to me like they're trying to shoehorn Spider-Man into a universe that isn't prepared to shoehorn him, the character of his importance and his connections, into it. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, Spider-Man, let's have him fight Iron Man because low importance. Or
Iron Man is he's leader.
Yeah, he's even though it should be Captain America. But,
I feel like Cap's going to become leader after,
Civil War.
Yeah. And this could mean that Spider-Man and the Iron Man and then the Civil War shit,
Right, so would this happen in Civil War or in the Spider-Man
movie? No, this is happen in the Spider-Man movie.
This is going to be after Civil War.
Yes.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the first movie after Civil War.
Okay.
It was originally, I think, Thor Ragnarok was after it, but it got pushed, and now Spider-Man took its place. So if I'm not mistaken, yes, Spider-Man will be the next movie after Civil War. So, Spider-Man is probably going to have a part in Civil War that's not crucial, but it's got inkings into what we're going to get in the Spider-Man movie. Luckily, it's pretty much been confirmed at least that we're not going to get an origin movie for Spider-Man. So yay!
There shouldn't have been an origin movie. There's nothing to cheer about because it should never have happened. But I might have been a tiniest bit interested if we weren't going to get Peter Parker for the umpteenth time.
Well, like I said, it's not officially confirmed yet, but it as of right now, it's like 90% Peter, 10% Miles Morales.
It would be nice, maybe.
Do something different, especially because it's Peter still exists in the Miles Morales universe. It's just not Peter Parker, but it does seem that we're going to get Peter Parker.
Sure, whatever.
So, of final opinions, you don't care, you don't want it. Will you see it?
No, if I get dragged to it, then yes. But that's very unlikely, so no.
Okay, what about this movie could get you excited? Besides Miles Morales? Anything?
Not really.
How about symbiotes? Great segue to our next topic.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes, so the next topic involves Guardians of the Galaxy news. Yay! Guardians of the Galaxy. Blockbuster hit. Fantastic. Steven should watch it.
I can't believe.
You should watch it. So, James Gunn was in an interview. He talked a lot about Guardians of the Galaxy. Brought up a few things that were mentioned, a few speculations that people were wondering. So, run down the big plot points about it. The first one being the least Guardians of the Galaxy one. He wants to direct a Squirrel Girl movie. I don't know if he was being serious about this or not, but James Gunn's a crazy guy, so he could be. And also, for some strange reason, Squirrel Girl has been becoming sort of like the new Deadpool of the Marvel Universe. Weird, because Deadpool still exists. But sort of like the cult favorite character that people don't really pay attention to. She even has a book where she kills the entire Marvel Universe.
Indeed.
If they made a Squirrel Girl movie, I'd see it just in spite of the fact that it's a Squirrel Girl movie. I know nothing about this character.
Oh, you don't?
Nothing about this character.
She can defeat anything.
All I know is that she can communicate with squirrels.
Yeah, and she beat Magneto once. Or with Dr. Doom.
Yeah, but that's like one of those what-if stories. But
oh, no, it was legit.
It's a Squirrel Girl.
She legit beat Dr. Doom and Magneto. I can't remember which one it was.
Because squirrels?
No, because it was... She beats people off screen. You don't know how it happens, but...
So she is the new Deadpool.
Well, she's been doing that for a while.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden it seems like people like Squirrel Girl again. I'm fucking. Like I said, I don't know if James Gunn is joking about a Squirrel Girl movie. Most likely they would never say, let's put this into production.
See,
but
Squirrel Girl movie could be cool, except that we already have too many movies. Now, if she was just joking around, you see Iron Man...
Show then.
No, I think it would be cool if you saw, like, she just went around, maybe just with Iron Man.
Did she fight?
But she just trolls everyone. Trolls Iron Man, trolls Captain America.
That's not a movie. That's a short you put in front of the movie.
But I don't know, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if she shows up in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as a cameo at this point.
But she's not spacey.
Yeah, but you said that she could do anything.
I didn't say she could do anything. I said she can beat anyone.
Well, she can beat space.
Well,
we'll continue with Guardians of the Galaxy news. James Gunn also mentioned that his favorite comic book character will be making an appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. This led to more speculation on two characters. One being Nova, who people expected to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, didn't show up. Was then said wasn't going to be involved in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but James Gunn has shown a lot of liking for the character of Nova. He was one of the speculations. The other character is Captain Marvel, the current Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers Captain Marvel, who's getting her own spin-off movie it's the movie right after Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Then it was said that she wasn't going to be in it. Now it looks like she might have a cameo in it. Now, my thing is, I think this is a good way because she was originally supposed to have a cameo appearance in Civil War. Marvel got cold feet, decided to pull out, so it would make sense for her to show up in the space movie.
Well, doesn't that mean she has to be established in the universe at some point?
Well, if that's the issue is if she shows up, how are they going to go about it? Remember, Marvel's new thing is these solo movies are no longer going to be origin movies.
I'm fine with that.
So, when she shows up, they have to explain something about who she is. So if she does show up in Guardians of the Galaxy, it might have to do something with the plot. Maybe she'll show up at the end to help them out, and we'll get something. We still don't know we know that the Thanos is going to have a bigger role in this movie as the villain.
I think people forgot about Thanos.
We do not, but he'll have more of a role in this. It's also speculated that the Kree are going to be involved as well. And this is how Captain Marvel can show up because one of her main villains in the comics is the Kree. Now, would you be... I'm not sure if you're going to see it or not.
No.
But Captain Marvel showing up in this universe. Or do you think wait until the movie surprise everybody more?
Well, it wouldn't exactly be a surprise if people know it's coming.
But more of like, let's wait and see what happens on her own movie, or have her show up in that, because that might get more, people to tune in.
Me, I'm a big proponent of making everything interconnected, and if...
Well, that's what the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe is about.
Well, it's not really. Well, it is more seemingly like that in this phase, but last phase, you had just Iron Man walking around in the snow with a little boy. That sounded weird, but by himself. Nobody turned up to help him save the president. And you have Captain America with his little flying black body. Oh, and Scarlet Witch. Black Widow. But Iron Man and Hulk and all of them nowhere to be seen.
Well, if you think about why Iron Man wasn't in Winter Soldier, it does have to do with the whole him giving up the Iron Man thing.
Well, you could have just had like a 5-second appearance or something.
Where was Thor dealing with the Dark Lords? Well, remember, it does seem like all these movies don't all take place at the same time. It's not like congruent order. It does seem like at different points is when they're going on.
Well, that makes it even worse because they should be free.
Because it like that could have been going on at the same time as Thor is dealing with the Dark Elves and
why didn't we hear about London being wrecked? Speaking of which, I went past where that was filmed today. Quite fun. But
But it does. I like that they're trying to interconnect it now, and of course now the Netflix shows are going to also be interconnected into this universe as well. Also, the Daredevil trailer got released. It's fantastic. Everybody should watch it.
Oh, you mean Arrow 2.0?
It looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy have already been said that they're going to be involved in Infinity War. All of these characters are going to be involved in Infinity War. It's going to be a lot of characters. It's going to be a lot of movie. It's like, they're going to be like 3 hours each. Oh, shit. It seems like the only character that they've made clear is not going to have a crucial part in the expanded universe at the moment, besides Ant-Man, is Doctor Strange, who hasn't had a lot of news lately since him being casted. It seems that they're going to keep Strange to himself and his own movie.
So
unless
what's the
they
point, then?
Just to get him as Doctor Strange. Because most likely he's going to end up being a stupid friggin' mulligan in, like, Infinity War. Watch him have... You know what they're going to do? $5. They use him to be like, here's Doctor Strange, you've all wanted it, here's an awesome movie. Oh! And you want to know why he's involved in this universe? He has an Infinity Stone. That's most likely what's going to happen. I mean, we know that the Vision in the new trailer for the Avengers has an Infinity Stone in his head.
Where the frick did he get that from?
We're going to find out, aren't we?
Why are there so many Infinity Stones around Earth?
I don't know, probably Ultron grind or something.
Where?
Oh, maybe one of the kids had it.
What kids?
The twins.
Ah,
Maybe one of them had it.
stupid MacGuffins.
You know, that's what you do.
That's what you do to introduce new characters.
Okay, the other crazy thing about the Guardians of the Galaxy, going back to that, besides that, was people said, Spider-Man's out in this universe. Does that mean there's a possibility that we're going to see symbiotes in Guardians of the Galaxy too? Fuck no. That was already debunked already. Who the hell thought we'd get to see symbiotes and not a Spider-Man movie?
Well, you know, it's meant to be a shared universe.
Why would it be there?
Because they're from space. And they're in space.
Oh, they just come across it and Star-Lord's like, oh look, black stuff.
Well, they're flying a ship or whatever, and then they get a black stain on the windscreen. It's like, oh, what's that? They wipe it off, and that was a symbiote. And then it falls to Earth, and then that's how it gets there. See, it all works.
But that's a mulligan right there. That's just, hey, we need to shoehorn it in somehow. Oh, how did it fall? Oh, well, they wiped it off with their wind wiper and it fell to Earth.
Yeah, well, I love that. Let's go with that.
Star-Lord fucked up Spider-Man. It's all Star-Lord's fault. No, fuck Groot. It's all Groot's fault.
Groot is the real villain.
Groot's no longer the fan favorite. Dude, fuck Groot. No! They should not introduce symbiotes in the Guardians of the Galaxy universe. No! They shouldn't introduce symbiotes at all. I don't think we need Venom. We don't need Venom. We don't need this.
We don't?
The last time they tried doing this, we got Spider-Man 3.
Hey, Spider-Man 3 was a modern masterpiece.
Steven! You cannot say that with a straight face and be okay with yourself.
I have said far worse.
Final opinions on the Guardians of the Galaxy news.
There's a lot of news there.
It is a lot of news, a lot of stuff. Like I said, big day.
Big day. Hey, maybe if they do it right, it'll get awarded. It'll get voted for award. You know. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I hope so.
Nah.
Anyway, let's move on. The final bit of Marvel news in the movie realm. Marvel Studios looks like it will not be attending San Diego Comic-Con this year, which is the mecca of all fucking nerd entertainment, you know, and entertainment in general at this point. It used to be about comics, now it's about movies. Them not showing up this year has people speculating, are they trying to save stuff, or do they not have anything for us? And is this a chance for DC to finally say, they're not going to be there? Now let's make ourselves known. Opinions.
This is DC. Don't manage a way to flip it up.
Let's hope that there's hope here, Steve.
Hope? What's the point of having a hope? They're not exactly the best at marketing and what have you, are they?
Yeah, this is their chance. Marvel Studios will not be there most likely. That's the mecca right now. Marvel Studios, they leave. If DC decides to put their name on the marquee, everybody who wants to go for Marvel is going to be like, oh, well, let's go see what DC has this year. Because you got to think people are going to be like, well, if Marvel's taking the high road this year, DC is going to want to showcase that they're the fucking beasts, and they're going to come in and they're going to showcase everything, and they're going to give us a bunch of spoilers, and we're all going to be excited now for that. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some kind of like, here's the costumes of the Suicide Squad characters or something, or here's your trailer for the Justice League.
Obviously, you don't know some Marvel fans.
I'm not just saying Marvel fans, I'm saying in general here. Because listen, there are the Marvel fans that are the Marvel fans, but there's also the casual fans who just watch the movies because they think they're cool.
Well, they wouldn't be attending then, would they?
Well, like I said, San Diego Comic-Con has become more than a comic book issue. It's now become, you just go because you don't know what you're going to see.
Right, of course.
They have panels for like Fast and the Furious and stuff. They'll do anything.
Well, that's clearly a comic book movie.
Well, I mean, if you really look at it, it is. But this is the chance for maybe DC to step up their game. And also, is this Marvel stating we don't have anything this year?
I doubt that somehow. I'm sure they're more. Well, I was going to say that I'll change my mind.
Why wouldn't they not be there?
Because they don't need to be.
Why don't they need to be? Because are they that egotistical in themselves?
No, it's not ego. It's the fact that they don't need to bother because their brand's so big that they. Again, I've said this multiple times, but I'll say it again. They could put a pile of shit on the screen and people would still flock to see it.
But you don't think the speculation is going to come out? People are going to be like, "Oh, wait a second, Marvel, what's going on? Why aren't you here?"
But everybody knows
they've been there since Phase 1 started.
Everybody knows they have stuff up their sleeve. Everybody has the faith in Marvel that even if they're not there, they are doing the quote-unquote right thing behind the scenes, and they produce.
A few representatives to be there, maybe talk about something.
I don't know.
Maybe just announce something.
Well, they've already announced
the entire studio ain't going to be there.
They've announced everything they need to announce. Well,
they announced some casting news. Why not show up and be like, "Here's your Captain Marvel"? It's the only thing that we don't know about yet.
It's a bit early for that.
We have our Doctor Strange. We have
our Black Panther.
Yeah, he was announced at that Marvel event that got all this stuff announced. We've had our Black Panther for months.
Have we?
Wow, you're behind.
I don't know.
Yeah, we have our Black Panther. We have our Doctor Strange. We have all of our Civil War stuff. We now know Spider-Man's going to be involved. Why not just be like, here's your Captain Marvel?
Well, maybe they want to wait. Wait for it. Use it as a surprise. And Guardians of the Galaxy, too. I don't know what happened to my voice there, but
final thoughts. Good for Marvel, bad for Marvel, and good for DC.
It's just neutral for Marvel. It's not going to damage them in any way because they're too big to be damaged at the moment. But DC, look, it's their chance to state their claim and say, you know what, we're going to be a legitimate competition. But this is DC. This is Warner Brothers. This is.
You don't think they're going to now? I mean, that was a big blockbuster announcement when they announced all of their movies, and people were like, "Holy shit, Warner Brothers stepping up their game, yo!" And then fucking Marvel the day after is like, "No, bitch, please, here's ours."
Yes.
Guess who won the internet this week? We did. This is DC's chance to be like, well, guess what? There's footage of our shit.
You know what? Even if
it's like a big cock tease between these two companies. It's like, well, look how big. Well, my dick grew an extra 2 inches.
Well, my dick's got Batman on it.
It's like, well, we got Spider-Man now. Fuck. Like, yeah, come on. They just announced Spider-Man. DC's Warner Brothers has to be like, shit, we're fucked. We gotta do something.
Here's the thing on that.
We might not be excited, but there are people who are fucking batshit crazy that Spider-Man's now back in the hands of a rightful place.
Because, I don't know why, but...
Because look what we've had to deal with for the past 5 movies.
Yeah.
And like I said, not everybody who goes to these movies are comic book fans. So people who are crazy that Spider-Man's back are the ones that have sat through 4 really bad movies in Spider-Man 1.
Okay. Okay, I don't think that's fair.
Okay, Spider-Man 2 to an extent. But Spider-Man 3 was shit. The Amazing Spider-Man trilogy, saga, whatever the fuck it was...
Spider-Man 3 was not shit.
Okay, we had to talk after this? We have a
I'm not saying it's good, but it wasn't shit.
We have a serious...
I have seen shit, and that was not it.
Well, we have a serious discussion after this, then.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but, this is Warner Brothers' chance to say, we've done so much bad in the past. We're gonna make it back to you. This is what we have.
I've seen enough people talking about anything, every single little thing, even the good stuff that Warner Brothers and DC do, that even if they put out the best goddamn trailer for Justice League or Batman vs Superman or whatever, they would still be shat on. So, either way, they'll either fuck it up, or they'll do something great that people go, oh, it's too dark, or they're fighting for some reason, or something like that.
A lot of people are going to go ape shit for the Suicide Squad movie because it's going to legitimately just be action.
Who knows? It might be their breakout movie.
But speaking of Suicide Squad, segue.
Oh, we did it again. Oh, you did it again.
I'm good today with this.
Yeah.
We have some Suicide Squad news. Jared Leto gave us a picture of his new hairdo, which is like platinum blonde, which is going to be getting him ready for his green hair dye. No longer is he Jesus, which is a shame. Tear. Also, we now have official announcement that Joel Kinnaman, I think that's how you say his name, the guy who played RoboCop in the remake, has officially been casted as our Rick Flag. He also made clear that him being Rick Flag, apparently there's going to be some leeway now in his character. I guess they've decided to add some extra stuff just so they can probably get somebody to say yes to Rick Flag at this point. So it looks like Rick Flag might have a slightly bigger role in the movie. And our Captain Boomerang, Jai Courtney, has made clear that the Suicide Squad team, the cast, the crew, the director, and the writers will all be meeting up this week as they prepare and get ready for the shooting that will be coming next month. Also, more stuff coming out from Margot Robbie and Will Smith's perspective. The characters do seem to be in good hands as they are practicing and getting ready for their characters.
Oh, good for them. At least they know who their characters are now. Or at least Will Smith knows who his character is now.
So, it does seem like all of the bad press that we've been getting for the past month looks like there are silver linings, and it looks like the Suicide Squad movie is back on track, and it looks like we're going smoothly as my most anticipated comic book movie is on its way.
I wonder why that is.
Well, obviously Deadshot.
Obviously Deadshot. Yeah.
But, opinions on all the Suicide Squad good news that we got.
Well, it's good to hear that they're not totally mucking this up. And I think maybe last time we were jumping to conclusions a little bit, because they're only filming next month, and they're already, preparing to meet up and get everything sorted. So
I mean, we had all the issues with the not the contracts, the
oh right, yeah,
scripts, and they've been going through a shit ton of different Rick Flags. Will Smith didn't really know his character all that well.
It doesn't take too long to.
David Ayer was keeping a lot of secrets from the cast and the crew. It felt like there was a lot of weird shit going on, but it now seems like everything is back on track. All this bad press and speculation is out the door. We're moving forward. Jared Leto, who is a method actor like the greats like Robert De Niro, is literally morphing himself into becoming the Joker, which could be fantastic. Let's just hope that we don't have another Heath Ledger situation because he did the same thing, but I don't think we're going to have that happen. We're getting somewhere. We have other characters that are going to be making cameos like Livewire and King Shark and El Diablo are going to be in scenes in the Suicide Squad, so that's cool that these extra characters that don't have a lot of known presence are going to show up.
So they're going to have a bipedal shark in their movie.
Sure.
I see. All right.
It seems like we're on a good path.
Well, I'll hold my tongue until I see the movie.
I just want to see costumes.
Of course.
I need to know how these
Wait,
people...
so will you be annoyed if we end up with Juggalo Harley?
Like modern Harley?
Yes.
Like blue skin Harley?
Yeah.
Well, they're going down the route of the New 52 that I most likely we're going to get blue Harley.
If you had a choice, would you prefer the original costume, that costume, or the Arkham costume?
Which Arkham costume? There's like 4.
Well, the original one.
So the nurse one.
No, the other one.
The Arkham City one.
Well, the one that looks like inspired by her old costume. You know, the red and black one. And
The one with the pigtails.
yeah, there you go.
I take the original costume, but they won't do that because it's not appealing for a movie.
Well, it'd look a bit weird in live action.
But that's my personal favorite.
Of course.
This costume, if anything, I would if I was going to take one, I would take her costume from her solo comic, the roller derby costume.
Oh lord.
Look cool. But yeah, there's that. Final opinions.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going okay. Hopefully they don't knock it up, but I don't really have much faith.
Oh, I'm like the only one.
No, I want.
Listen, I should be the one with the most speculation here. My favorite character might be ruined. I don't hope that happens. I really
It'll
don't.
be so funny if she is ruined. I'll enjoy your tears.
Which is the worst part is because it's like there's my second pick actress is the one that's doing it, so it'll be even worse.
I will enjoy those tears.
But jeez, that's like, I hope it gets a green light. Moving on to Green Lantern news.
Ah, you Nazi.
You do it again.
You do.
Alright, so much Green Lantern news. And it's not even like about the movie, it's different people wanting to be casted.
Of course.
So, what do we have? We have rapper Common wanting to be Green Lantern now.
Who and what now?
Yeah, a rapper named Common.
Comet?
Common, like common denominator. He wants to be a Green Lantern. We have, what is it, Tyrese Gibson, I think his name was. He wants to be Green Lantern. Apparently now there's rumors that Chris Pine is in talks to be Hal Jordan, so it might look like we're not even going to get a John Stewart. We might actually have Hal Jordan.
I love how all these black guys are trying to be John Stewart, and there's like, no, Chris Pine. Yo, let's go.
But then again, I mean, we still don't know. There could be multiple Green Lanterns in this universe.
I don't. Honestly,
I like it. My opinion would have been making a buddy cop movie with Jon Stewart and Guy Gardner.
I would love it.
Or Kyle Rayner. Like, just no, leave Hal Jordan away. You know, bring some of the characters you don't know.
I think the Green Lanterns are too big to do properly.
And then there was the whole Michelle Rodriguez situation.
I still think she's going to be the one who does it.
Now, I didn't really read into it as much. You read more into it than I did. If you could explain what happened.
Well, it's something from a while ago that somebody speculated, and I read it, and it makes sense because, well, I'll get to that. But they introduced a female Green Lantern because she was Power Ring. She got the Power Ring from the alternate universe Green Lantern and everything. And people were thinking, well, in the effort of diversity, because at the moment on the Justice League, we've only got Wonder Woman as a woman.
Yes.
So they thought, well, it's a new character. It would get exposure for that character that they seem to be sticking with and seem to want to do things with. And also, it would get...
It's got to be redone, so...
Wait, what do you say?
With the whole, New 52 no longer existing, this is going to be our permanent Green Lantern. So, yeah, it would make sense.
Wait, she is? What happened to Hal Jordan?
You don't know that they're...
No, I know they're rebooting it.
Books, do you?
I do. Oh, we'll get on to that in a moment. But... Oh, crap, I forgot where I was now. But, yeah, because, we only got Wonder Woman, so there'll be another woman, and they'll be giving a new character spotlight, and if she is going to be our Green Lantern...
So it seems like Brainiac hacked into our system, and now we have to restart where we left off. So sorry for the technical difficulty. Steven was talking about the Michelle Rodriguez situation with the female Green Lantern.
Well, I don't I don't know where I'm going to cut this from, so I'll just go over it quickly. Yeah.
No, what do you mean cut? But Brainiac did it.
Of course, yes, Brainiac. Damn you, Brainiac. You wretched robot. But, basically, yeah. New, second female character, which is still, it's not great, but at least it's had someone other than Wonder Woman. New character, and apparently she's going to be our new proper Green Lantern, which is news to me, which, at least for me, adds further speculation to the idea that, they will go with her over Jon Stewart, or especially Hal Jordan, because they're probably...
Yeah, what up, bitches? Okay, so where were we? That's not how I should have introed.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Technical difficulties today?
Yeah. Everything that could go wrong today is going wrong.
So we're just gonna pick up where we left off. We talked about the Green Lantern situation. So, in closing, we're gonna wrap this one up quick.
If you're betting people, bet for... At very least, a female Green Lantern. That's all I'm going to say.
So, that's what you expect them to go with.
Yes, I do.
Even with the new rumor about Hal Jordan, do you think we might get her and Hal Jordan?
We could very well get her and Hal Jordan. I mean, Hal Jordan...
What if it's Hal Jordan trains this new chick?
Then he's getting absurd. So badly. He's getting killed. But...
There you go. So, boom. Let's move on to the main topic of discussion. Giant situation going on with the Flash Arrow spin-off series that is looking like it's going to be the TV Justice League. We know that there was plans for an Adam spin-off. It looks like that's not happening, but he will be involved in this show, along with Firestorm, who we saw from Flash. And the former actress who played Sarah, the former now dead Black Canary, is also going to be in it. And everybody was like, what? Because she's dead.
Well, her lover is kind of the daughter of the man that uses those Lazarus Pit things,
But let's talk about the new developments. A casting call from from the article, a casting call from the CW's forthcoming Arrow / The Flash. That's a weird way of saying that. Spin-off series has emerged, and the website TV Line shared that 3 mystery heroes previously announced as a part of the project. Well, mostly they've got the casting call, which is, of course, in the project this is sensitive, doesn't actually name the characters per se. This is what we do have, and I will read off what the 3 characters are speculated to be. We have the mystery hero, which will be an African-American male in his 20s, will fit the role of the regular street smart guy when unexpected gains powers, and then, as part of them, regularly quips about the insanity of the situations. People are speculating that this could possibly be Static Shock and or Black Lightning. Now, yes, in the show, there was a character that was talked about, but, things can happen, and the names can be changed. And I go back to what I was talking to Steven before we went on here. There was speculation a few months ago that a Static Shock web series was going to happen, so this could be a way to have him show up in the show if they didn't want to do the web series anymore, was to have him be this mysterious hero. It does make sense. It does seem like Static Shock, 20s, street smart. If you ever saw the TV show, he was kind of a snarky dickhead. He was like Spider-Man, makes quips when he does things. Makes sense. Any opinions on who you would think it would be, Steven?
It's going to be Jaden Smith.
No, not who's going to play Static Shock.
No, it's going to be Jaden Smith.
It's Jaden Smith, the guy playing a superhero.
Will Smith's using that creative card?
No. Do you think it's anybody else?
Well, like I was saying before we went on air, as it were, there was this, remember the list from one of the Flash episodes of all the people that were affected by the particle accelerator? And one of the names on that list was a black obscure character that, for the life of me, I can't remember the name of, that has some kind of electric powers. So now you're saying that, they could have changed the name of Static or Black Lightning or whatever, which they could have, but I think that I doubt they would have put that name there if they weren't going to use it at some point. So, well, apparently Adam has gone Rick flagging, so I've been left to man the fort, as it were. Jesus Christ, this is bad. But taking over host duties, there was also another character in that casting call, I think, that bared a very striking similarity to Fire. Now, for those of you who don't know who Fire is, she is a character that does not, in fact, set herself on fire. Well, it is fire, but it's green, which is weird. But, so that would be interesting. Of course, fire is usually paired with ice, and if you don't know these characters, you won't know what the hell I'm talking about, which is great. But, yeah, so that she could be in it. But the big one, and I would really love Adam to be here so we can discuss that, but whatever, is casting call for, I'm pretty sure it mentioned a time traveler. That he comes from the future, and he's not this big heroic kind of guy, he's in it for the fame and what have you. And, of course, there's one person that fits perfectly, and that is Booster Gold, somebody that both Adam and myself have been very interested in seeing. Now, of course, there's a problem with that, of course, is that Ted Cord is not going to be around, even though he was meant to be, which, thinking upon that, of course, Ted Cord was meant to be in the Atom role for this series of The Arrow. The Arrow? Arrow, whatever. But because of executive meddling, Brandon Ruth became the Atom. So could we see Booster Gold and Atom be that Ted Cord Atom? Ted Cord Atom? Dang it, Adam, you've ruined my flow. I was just discussing with myself the idea that Atom will take that Ted Cord role when pairing with Booster.
So no Blue Beetle.
Well, remember they were going to have Ted Cord.
Yes, they
in
were going to
season
have
3.
show. Yes.
Yeah, but then they changed him for Atom because of executive meddling.
And this is how Booster Gold would show up.
Well, I just reckon that because Ted Cord's not going to be there, and we do have somebody that fills a similar role to Ted Cord, that they'll.
How would Blue Booster Gold show up?
Well, he comes. Well, he just turns up one day.
He just show up. He'd be like, "I'm from the future."
I know, maybe Atom is somewhere saving someone. Then Booster Gold shows up and he already saves them. That might be a big thing because he knows it's going to happen from the future, so he preempts Atom from getting there. And he's smiling to the cameras and everything's like, "Yeah, I'm awesome." And Atom's like, "Nah, I don't like that guy." And then
Did you bring up the other character?
I tried, but it's kind of hard without having it on the screen in front of you.
I'll read from the character. Of course, the other one was the Traveler, the Han Solo-esque rogue. It literally screams Booster Gold. The other character is the female warrior. This 20-something Latina is pretty, but unassuming, book-smart, and socially awkward by day. But by night, when she hears the cry of battle, her fury is ignited, and she becomes a fierce warrior. So much so that sometimes she can become a threat to others. Now, my speculation is it's Vixen, but why would they?
Vixen's not Latino.
They could. But I mean, the cry of battle, Vixen.
I thought it was fire.
You think it's fire? Well, why would they do fire without ice?
Well, I was saying that. I don't know why they would do that. Why would they do a lot of things?
I can't think of many Latinas, unless they literally just change a character completely and make her Latina.
That's just because the sex change.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't know how many.
Another thing is, will Vibe be part of this? Will Cisco finally become Vibe? Will Caitlyn become Killer Frost at any point? How will Arrow and Flash coincide with this? Where is this going to take place? And would Vixen be part of it, or is she solely just going to be part of her little animated TV show?
Nobody knows.
There's a lot of speculation into this, and it definitely looks like it's going to be fun. It's a bingo.
Bingo.
But who would, besides Fire, who would you think this character could be?
How many Latino female characters are there?
Like I said, they could just change the ethnicity of the character and just make her Latina.
I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone.
Let me scroll down, because there are some people do have some speculation of the characters. I'm gonna try and find some people. Yada 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 da 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 da.
We apologise for this brief interlude. We will return in short order. What's that?
Oh, that's great. Well, the stupid article doesn't mention anything about who the characters.
Well, that's great. That's helpful.
There's some people speculating that Wildcat might make his appearance in this show. You say he's dead, but he's not dead.
He's not dead, but his credibility's dead. So.
Well, this is how he can make his return. So, yeah, and everybody is really stating that it's probably Static Shock. I think the person that everybody cares the least most about is this female chick. What a shame.
Well, it's because, we know one's Booster Gold, and people think what the other's Static Shock, somebody who people have been asking for. So, that's natural that's going to happen.
I think the character's going to end up being Vixen.
I don't think it's going to be Vixen.
Then who?
I don't know who, but I don't think it's going to be Vixen.
I can't think of many other people that fit that description that isn't like Vixen. What's it? Like fucking I don't know.
Power Girl.
She's not Latina.
Well, neither is Vixen.
Yeah, but I mean that's also
Well, Power Girl was
also an alien.
Sure, but Power Girl is unassuming to a certain extent in her day job as business owner or whatever. But at night, apparently now, she dons her weird costume and she goes punching people around.
I don't think they're gonna introduce like aliens and shit.
Well, she doesn't need to.
Especially if we're getting the Supergirl show.
But I don't know. I don't know.
That's the character I'm most interested to see what happens, because like the other two are pretty obvious, but
it's not Static.
It's gonna be Static.
It's not Static.
It's gonna be Static.
It's not gonna be.
It's gonna be Static.
Nope.
Yeah, all right. But and obviously it's Booster Gold, which is awesome, fucking awesome.
Indeed.
But there's that. We have that. So there's our TV Justice League. Atom, Firestorm, whatever the fuck's going on with Black Canary over there. These three characters, with also the appearances of Flash and the Arrow. Again, there's a lot of questions that aren't answered. Of course, we probably get more when the time comes, when it happens, when we get more information of what's going on. This is obviously they're looking to get these characters casted so that we have that idea. I bet by San Diego Comic-Con we will probably have more information about what's going on with this TV show. I do like this idea much more than the Atom spinoff. I didn't think they could do an Atom spinoff and make it all work well. An interesting setup for your Justice League. Again, I probably would have called it the Justice Society of America, just because it seems like the Justice Society was more of the lowbrow characters, not the higher characters, which none of these are really. Except for, but they're not part of this show.
Oh.
Arrow and Flash, this is the Arrow Flash spin-off. This isn't the Arrow and Flash and the Justice League. These are the characters that the show's going to be based on, and when they need to, Arrow and Flash will show up.
Well,
But this is a Justice Society type deal. Firestorm was part of the Justice Society, and fucking Atom was part of it.
If we could just get the Justice Society 2009 run on TV, I'm okay with that. I like that. That was cool.
Hey, if that's Power Girl, yeah, Justice Society, Power Girl.
Yeah.
Just give us Dr. Faith as, like, the spiritual leader, and boom. There you go.
I won't miss things.
Hey, maybe the chick is Stargirl. Who's not Latina, but whatever.
You know what? You might be on something there.
Could be. She's got a lot of praise right now, part of the Justice League United. Maybe that's what the show is. Maybe it's Justice League United.
Justice League United. That sounds like a football club.
What Justice League United is, they took Justice League International, and they took Justice League of America, and they put them together, and then boom, Justice League United. It was originally also they're a Canadian-based superhero team.
Canadian.
But it's a great team.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter,
Job.
Arrow,
Jobber.
Stargirl,
Jobber.
Animal Man.
Complete jobber.
God, you just don't have faith.
That screams B team.
Well, it is the B team.
Yeah, there you go.
The Justice League, that's all comic book stuff. But I'm just saying, it could happen. But there you go. That's your final thoughts.
That's what we're talking about.
Definitely, probably my second most anticipated show behind Teen Titans for the next season. Next year.
Teen Titans, nothing's going to overtake that. But with Booster Gold on in the ranks, hell yeah, let's go. Hopefully they don't drop it like the other ideas they've had. But
But there you go. Another impactful, long, and windy, and just me and Steven here on Different Panels Day.
windy.
Those are your topics. A big fucking news week. Hopefully next week we'll have other people show back up. And maybe we can do something more fun and not a bunch of news. I do have something planned, as we do have a Batman and Robin thing planned.
Oh, Lord.
When that'll happen, we'll let you know. But, for myself and Steven, always remember to make Superman look strong.
Oh, you...